the Toyota RAV4. Now, it's a bit like the actor Mickey Rourke. You see, back in the 1990s, it was a small, lithe, yet rugged looking thing. Yeah, over the years, it's kind of piled on the pounds, had some unusual facelifts. So yeah, you see, at least the Toyota's facelifts have been a bit more successful than Mickey's. And I actually like the design of this new car. I like this colour as well. That's why I've worn these trousers in homage to this wonderful colour. Now, the interior design of this car is pretty unusual. Personally, I really like it, but then one person's quirky is another person's weird. But I think it's a bit like a budget Lexus, and it's exactly what a Toyota is though, isn't it? And some of the materials are really nice. So the leatherette on here and the Alcantara effect here, soft trim up there, it's nice. But then when you look at some of the other plastics, they feel really cheap and they don't pass the carwow flick test. So, I mean, ow, that's really hard and nasty, and there, and there. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but then this is quite an inexpensive vehicle. So it starts from £23,500, which is a bit more than some of its rivals, but when you consider the kit you get, and you get a 2-litre diesel engine for that, it's actually really good value. But there's discounts to be had, so if you click up there to go to carwow.co.uk, you can see what deal you can get on one of these cars. And anyway, I can't fault this car for interior storage. So the glove box, it's a decent size. You also have some bizarre storage up there. Toyota just does this thing sometimes. There's cup holders here, space here, more here, a lot of space under there as well. The door bins, they don't look particularly big, but they are actually able to hold a large bottle. Now, if you're buying a RAV4, you should go for the business edition, because as well as stuff like a reversing camera, you also get an upgraded screen, and the infotainment system on the whole is relatively easy to use. It's not the best on the market, but it's not the worst. And if you click up there on the card, you can see our in-depth video review of it. Now, moving on to the boot, this particular car has the automated tailgate, and it's a real pain because it takes so long to open. In fact, in the time it takes to open, I can send a tweet to Toyota complaining about it, do a selfie of me with the slow boot, and post it to Facebook. There. See what I mean? But I can't complain about the rest of the boot because it's really massive and very usable. It's got various tether points. There's no load lip at all. The load height is actually low, so it's easy for your old dog to just leap in and out of it. You've got some extra storage under there around the spare wheel. Now, if you want to make the boot bigger, you can fold down the rear seats, but you have to walk round to the chairs here to do it. And I actually have to go all the way round to this one to do this side. And then, yes, you do have an absolutely massive, flat, usable low bay. It's like a van. Now, I'll just shut this boot and that'll give me time to go round and put these seats back because, well, look at that. Right, put that one back, put that one back. It's a bit of a faff. There are easier ways to do it in other cars. We're finally ready to go. But, oh, I mean, look at this. There's just so much space in the back of this car. It is unrivaled, I think, in this class. Loads of knee room, loads of headroom. Can really stretch out. It's like being in the back of a limousine, really. It's all right with 3 in the back. So the person in the middle seat is fine because there's a relatively flat floor. The seat is a little bit hard for them. The problem is that the people in the outer seats won't like it so much because of the shape of these contoured seats. It means that their bottoms aren't quite so comfy. So a Honda CR-V is better at carrying 3 in the back, but for 2, can't complain about this RAV4. Now, if you click up there, you can see just what it's like with 3 people in the back of this car. In that in-depth practicality video, you'll also be able to see just how easy it is to fit a child seat and how much stuff we could pack into its boot.
Now though, we come to the driving section of the review, and here things get a little bit confusing.
So if you want a diesel RAV4, there's only one engine choice. It's a 2-litre, and you can only get it with a manual gearbox, which actually is quite nice to use, and it's front-wheel drive only. If you want an automatic, you can either have a hybrid, which has a 2.5-litre petrol engine and an electric motor and an automatic gearbox, and that can be front-wheel drive, or you can buy it with all-wheel drive. The other option is a 2-litre petrol engine on its own, which is just 4-wheel drive and auto only. So not much choice, you're just going to get this engine. And it's actually all right, you know, it provides enough performance. And, well, Toyota says it will do 60 miles per gallon, and looking down at the trick computer, I'm averaging, if I just look past the wheel, well, 45. Not too bad, not too great. Now, in terms of the driving experience, well, it's actually better than you might imagine. Okay, so it's a little bit on the bland side, but it handles as well as you ever need a car like this too. It doesn't roll all that much in the corners, and it's comfy too. I mean, the only thing you really notice is that, well, at lower speeds on rough surfaces, it can fidget a bit, but the faster you go, the better it gets. The only problem with that, though, is the fact that, well, you do start to get a little bit more tyre roar and noticeable bit of wind whistle as well, and it's definitely a bit noisier than, say, a Volkswagen Tiguan. I do think the visibility is really good though, so obviously you're sitting up high, but this dash is quite low, so it's really easy to see where the corners of the vehicle are. Also these pillars, they're nice and thin at the front and the back, so all-round visibility is good, and you can see for yourself by clicking up there to join me for a passenger ride in my 360-degree video review of this car.
There are some other annoying things about the Toyota RAV4. Here's 5 of them.
There's this nasty fake stitching on the horribly plasticky steering wheel centre, and it's right in your direct eye line. The hybrid model has a slightly smaller boot capacity because the batteries eat into available space. The seat heating buttons are hidden way down there, randomly completely out of sight. The rattly diesel engine sends arse-numbing vibrations into the cabin. You can blame BMW for that, they made the engine. The petrol and hybrid model all have a CVT automatic gearbox, and it makes this kind of noise when you accelerate.
However, you shouldn't necessarily let these things put you off the Toyota RAV4 because it actually has plenty of cool features.
The RAV4 comes with Toyota's 5-year warranty, but you'll probably never need it because this car's made out of granite. Actually, it's not, it's made out of plastic and metal mainly. If you have a caravan and want to be eco-friendly, don't worry, the hybrid model has a good towing capacity. Look, there's somewhere to store the car's parcel shaft. That's totally made my afternoon. You can alter the height that the electric tailgate opens to so you don't bash it in low parking spaces. You get this handy boot netting system, which is also perfect for trapping small animals. So then, overall, what do I think of the Toyota RAV4? Well, there's just not enough engine and gearbox combinations, and there's quite a bit of tyre and wind noise at speed, but this is a hugely practical, spacious car, and it's very comfy to drive. Now, if you click up there, you can get more information and find out the best deal you can get on a RAV4 at carwow.co.uk. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it and subscribe to our channel, and click over there to watch our detailed practicality, infotainment and 360-degree passenger eye video of the Toyota RAV4. Now, did you spot the Easter egg in this video? It was the 2 Yodas in the car's boot. Get it? 2 Yodas?